Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about probably the most exciting 2.5 mile hike I've ever done. We're gonna talk about some important things before we talk about details, length, how to get there, etc. So let's jump into the main things you have to know before even showing up to the trailhead, and then we'll do the details. All right, so first off, redrockcanyon.org. There is a timed entry reservation between October 1st, 21 through May 31st, 22. You have to make a reservation. You can see the event calendar here, what days are available, what days are not. So something to consider. Now, if you want to avoid the reservation, you could try showing up before 8 a.m. They may let you in. I got there around 7 a.m. and I still had to pay a fee. So there's still somebody there waiting to collect my money, but they didn't ask me about reservations or anything like that when I did it. So something to consider. Fees and passes. So if you're going for the day, it's $15 a vehicle. There's other information here if you want to talk about like annual passes, etc. And the last thing I'll mention about this trail is it's only about 2.5 miles. It's not very difficult. So this is going to be one of those trails that may be skipped by, you know, the real hikers who only want to do 7 miles plus. However, it is a very exciting trail. Lots of different scenery. As I went through it, I'm like, am I really in Vegas right now? And then the keynote here is that if you stop where the trail ends, you're gonna miss one of the best parts. Now, why is that? If you stop at the end of the trail where it says on all trails, you're gonna be kind of in this canyon. You gotta boulder your way up, and it's not very difficult. You can do it. You have to be a little bit careful. But once you boulder up, you're gonna see the strip in the distance, and that is really one of the coolest things that I've seen in quite some time, being at Red Rocks and then seeing the strip all the way to my left-hand side. And then more of Red Rock Canyon on my right-hand side and behind me. Really, really unique. So with those 3 details out of the way, let's jump into trail details, length, how to get there, and everything else you need to know. Calico Tanks Trail is a 2.2 mile out and back trail near Las Vegas. Generally considered a moderately challenging route, it's not. It takes an average of an hour to complete. This is a very popular area for hiking and trail running, so you'll likely encounter other people while exploring. Best times to visit this trail are October through April. Dogs are welcome, but must be on leash. 2.2 miles, elevation gain 406 feet, route type is an out and back. Again, you're gonna do a little bit longer and a little bit more elevation because I'm gonna push you to go to the next little yellow dot here, and we'll jump into that in a second. Currently, the trail description does have a lot of this information along with the recreation.gov link that you need to book. And really, as you read through these, the reviews, you know, views are incredible, a little bit of scrambling, beautiful, well-marked trail, maintained trail, excellent choice. Overall, yes, check this trail out if you're at Red Rock Canyon, Las Vegas. All right, let's talk about how to get there. Pretty simple. So you're gonna Google Sandstone Quarry Overlook in the Red Rock Canyon Road. Now let me remind you guys, this is the Scenic Loop Drive, and it is a one-way. So you have to account for the fact that it's gonna take you longer to exit the park than it is to come in. That's exactly what happened to me. It's very early in the Scenic Loop. I have a virtual Scenic Loop Drive video. If you wanna check that out, I'll link it up here. And early into the park, you'll see the signs for Sandstone Quarry. You'll park, you saw the bathroom there, you saw the Calico Tanks sign, and there are multiple trailheads in the same place. So you can see here Sandstone Quarry Trailhead and Turtle Head Peak Trailhead. And what you want to do is make sure you stick to the right, and you'll notice there you're on Calico Tanks. All right, let's talk about the other trail details you need to know. Immediately off the bat, when you walk in, you'll see some cool rocks on your right-hand side, but you want to make sure you follow the trail because it is very easy to wander off. I ended up on some part over here and had to kind of cross my way over. Very easy to miss this, so just keep an eye out. And you want to make sure that you don't end up on any left turns that'll take you onto some of the other trails I mentioned. Once you start to loop it around, you go from this, almost looks like gravel, but I don't think it is. It's like this white rock underneath you. And once you start to loop it onto here, it switches into this really beautiful fine brown sand. So as you turn into this, you start to get that sand underneath your feet. It's a little bit harder because you are digging in, but you have the canyon on both sides, which is really pretty. I'll put a lot of photos that I took here. It was just really, really beautiful. That kind of switches again. You do a little bit of scrambling, right? The trail markers are gonna be those cylinders full of rocks and know exactly what direction you're going. They're very well placed and they're placed a lot on the trail so you don't get lost, but you wanna keep an eye out for those. And you really just start to climb up. You can see here, once you get past into the 1 mile, the very end, you start to climb up a little bit more. That's where your heart rate will start to elevate. As you get near the end here, you'll see that it'll have you stop right around number 4 here, which is, it says basin. Number 5 says Calico Tank, and then number 6 says scenic view from the top. This is where I want you to push yourself to go. It is gonna be a little bit of a scramble. You are gonna be kind of grabbing some rocks. You're not doing any major rock climbing, but you are scrambling a little bit to the top. And from here, you're gonna find, again, you're gonna find the Las Vegas Strip all to your left-hand side as you're looking out this way. More Red Rock Canyon behind you and to the west. A very, very unique hike, and I'm really excited to go back to Red Rock and do a bunch more hikes here in this conservation area because it is absolutely beautiful. I'll leave it here. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Stay safe while you hike out there. It is Las Vegas, so it does get hot. So plan for that depending on what time of year you're going. And I'll see you guys next week.